Good morning, it's me again, Inspirational Post by Leverson. This morning I just want to get straight into it. Yesterday I was speaking about, just one more thing just before I jump forward. Um, Thank you to everybody that subscribed as normal. Thank you very much. Thank you for the like-minded people that are leaving comments and thumbs up. Thank you very much. We're building, we are building, and I can see that there's going to be a snowballing effect where people are jumping on board, like-minded people are getting on board, and thank you very much for that, because that shows that there are great people out there with great thoughts, great minds that are willing to move off this sort of stuck place that they are to move forward within their lives. And you know what, there's nothing better than that, to actually to have some self-realization, as I spoke about yesterday. Poor practice, getting away from poor practice, getting away from misrepresentation of self, failing to live up to the promise of oneself as well. So I'm just gonna get back into what I'm talking about today, and how what I was talking about yesterday was obviously poor practice and making sure that you can find out exactly who you are. So I'm just gonna read out just things that I've actually that I wrote down um, yesterday, but I didn't have time to go through everything. So this is just things that really mean a lot to me anyhow, in finding self and self-discovery and going on your journey, and making sure that you stay accountable for you and your actions, because your actions are definitely going to be the actions to say, well, this is who I am, and this is what I do, and this is what I say I'm going to do when I say I'm going to do it, so I do it. And it started off like this. So as I see, I've got my book here with quotes and lines and stuff that I'll write down, and I'll jot things down in no particular order, but I know what the order is because it makes sense to me, obviously. So whatever you want to do in writing things down, keeping your journal or reading your books, you can put it down exactly however you want, because you're going to understand it anyhow. So there's things that I just put down. Practice will give you greater awareness of yourself. Poor practice, misrepresentation, failing to live up to your promise to yourself. There are no quick fixes in self, and good coaching of self takes time. Skills and understanding of self requires a depth of practice to get to your potential, because we all have potential and we all have understanding of self. We're trying to get understanding of self, should I say. The more coaching that we can do upon ourselves and how we look at ourselves, the better it's going to be for us, because I don't think there's nothing better than having a self-diagnosis of yourself, because you know if you are lying to yourself, and you know how hard you're going to push yourself, and you know that when you are procrastinating and not taking steps that you should be taking to make you a better you, because only you are going to bring the greatness out of you. Other people can help you along the way, but if you're not willing to do it and take the steps, this is when you will fall to where you have been anyhow. So there's no point of staying where you are. As the great Les Brown says, motivational speaker, check him out if you don't know who he is, and take a look, because as I say, it isn't just about me, it's about finding other people that can relate to you. But I'm just relating to people that I know from where I've come from. So where I've come from hasn't been of a privileged background. It's been everything that more or less that I've had to grind and do for self. So as said the great Les Brown, he said, if you can land on your back, make sure you're looking up so you can get up. So there are other great people that you can probably have an affinity for or with if you look at their stuff as well. I'm not saying that you've just got to look at me, because there's an array of different people out there, but also just to read on. Self-discovery. Put yourself on a journey of self-discovery, which will perhaps set you on the road to success. So you have to find out who you really, really, truly are. Just on that little paragraph there, to find out who you are, you have to go on a journey. It isn't just going to take one step or two steps. It's going to take time. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, there's going to be water you're going to have to go through. There's going to be deep waters that you're probably going to have to paddle, and you're going to have to try and stay afloat. But once you get through that, you'll be able to come out of the water, and you'll be walking on that beach, and it is going to be a struggle at times. Yes, it is going to be hard. I know it is going to be hard. So I'm not lying to you. I'm told you, as I've said before, I am open and transparent to everything that I'm saying. But it's hard anyhow. So if you can get yourself and finding out your self-discovery and going on your journey and finding out what you have to do for your journey, you'll be in a better place. Absolutely. You have to discover what your purpose is first, though. I don't know what your purpose is, but if you jot a few things down, what you love, what you enjoy, you will find it there. But you have to take that step to find out exactly who you are and what you want to be and what you want to do, because whatever that is, you can make a great success of it. I'm not saying that it's going to be where you're going to be making thousands and millions, but you'll be in a better position than where you are now, because it's about where you put your mind and where you take yourself. If you push yourself hard enough, you will do it. 100%, absolutely. Absolutely, having the right people around you. So, leadership for higher performance. You have to have leadership for higher performance. So, you're finding mentors and other people to help you through. Little think tank groups, little groups of like-minded people that will help you through to get high performance. So you're going to have a transformation through action. So whatever transformation you're going to take, it might be getting up earlier, as I spoke on yesterday. It might be just making your bed. It might be just doing things and having things and writing things down to give yourself a plan. And that is definitely transforming yourself through action. And this is what you have to do. Transform yourself by doing certain things that you haven't been doing before. Also, having a relationship with yourself. You have to have a true relationship with yourself, because you can look and you can say to other people, well, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, but you know that you're not. Because I've done it before. Well, says, oh yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but you know, I've lied and I haven't done it, because I was just trying to put myself in a position of saying, yeah, I am doing everything that I say that I do. No, because I was lying, but I was lying to myself. I was lying. Yeah, I was lying to that person, but more important, I was lying to myself. I wasn't taking responsibility and looking at within. I was just trying to impress. But for what? Because whatever I was saying, I was just having falsities and telling lies. There was no point in doing that at all, because I was then looking back at myself saying, fucking hell. What did I say? What did I say that for? Why did I say that looking back onto it? Why am I lying to myself? Arse. Absolute arse. So this is where you've got to check yourself, and you've got to transform yourself through actions and making sure what you say, you're accountable to yourself. So having a great relationship with yourself will do this. When you look at yourself and hold the mirror up to yourself, your actions and what you say. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you haven't done something, just be honest and open. I say you are going to do it and take that step to do it. What can you do to raise and maintain your skill levels with yourself? I'll tell you what you can do to actually maintain and raise the levels, your skill levels, whatever it is, to find out exactly what you want to do and who you are. As I said, you jot things down. It's by practice, practice, practice. That's them three things. Practice, practice, practice is going to give you higher skill levels. It's going to give you an understanding of yourself, and it's going to give you a plan of where you're going. If you practice, 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 you are going to be great at your talent and your skills. If you keep doing that over and over and over again, nobody will be able to touch you on that at all, because you're putting in the grind, you're putting in the hours. You're not sitting down watching Netflix, you're not sitting down watching the TV and the nonsense. That is called personal development in practicing, and it's giving you emotional intelligence also, and it's giving you leadership of self. These are things that I jot down so I know what I'm saying. Things that you do, you are doing for yourself. Expectations of your life. What do you expect out of your life? What do you want out of your life? If you want good things, you're going to practice, practice, practice. You're going to have self-development. You're going to take a look at yourself and say, right then, this is what I'm doing to change, as I've said previously. This is what I have to do. I have to be accountable for all the actions that I take. I can't say that I'm doing something and I'm not doing it just to try and look better than I actually am, because no, you would just be lying to yourself. As I said, all I'm giving you is information that you know, but it's what you have to do to get to knowing more. Simple. It is simple stuff. I'm not giving you anything that's going to be rocket science, or I'm not going to give you anything that I'm trying to live out of my head and saying that I'm all fancy and I know certain words and certain things. No, I'm just telling it as it is for you to get on. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter on your circumstances. It doesn't mean to say that's who you're going to be because of the circumstances that you're in or your background where you've come from. That doesn't define who you are as a person. What defines you as a person is being accountable for yourself, taking action, and practice, practice, practice within yourself to change, to get your talents out of your greater self. Simple as. Turn to wisdom. That means turning away from the news and whatever trends and controversy is going on out there within the news and the media and all that sort of thing, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook and all that sort of thing, which I'll cut away from. I might post things to say that I'm at an event or I've done an event and that's it, but I'm not doing it for, as I like to say, things jumping out of trees. That ain't me. Simple as. Okay? Simple as. You get away from that. As it is, to turn to wisdom, that means turning away from the news and whatever trends or controversy is going on out there or nearby you. Look instead to books that really, really, really great books that have stood the test of time and that are still out there. But find out what books appeal to you and read whatever books appeal to you. Read, because you're making yourself better. You're giving yourself self-education, personal development. You're giving yourself emotional intelligence, and you're giving yourself leadership skills. Leadership skills you're giving yourself as a leader, because you're leading you. You have to be your own one man or one woman army. First and foremost, before you can lead anybody else, you have to lead yourself, but lead yourself in the right direction. Books are the medicine of the soul, and it's investment in yourself. If you're reading and learning out things that you didn't know before, you are finding your true self and you're learning things. Why do you think I put things here with bookmarks on? Because I'm reading all the time so that I can make myself a better person, give myself a better understanding of me, giving myself time to think, and I'm thinking and I'm thinking. Deep work. What does deep work mean? Deep work means writing, thinking, designing or creating. That is deep work within yourself. Right? You can either be deep or you can be shallow. You can have deep work or shallow work. Shallow work is when you're spending too much time on things that anyone can do, that anybody at all can do. So you're texting, you're on social media, you're not thinking. They're doing all thinking for you, just scrolling up and down all day long, not giving yourself any worth whatsoever, apart from, oh, like that because it's a lovely cat jumping out of a tree. Wow. So these are the things that you have to do for self-development. That's all there is to it, guys. You go back and listen over to what I've said, and this is all that you need to do. Self-educate yourself. Get yourself out of the condition that you're in. This is what you have to do. No one else is going to come along and do it, but you can have like-minded people around you to actually help you with this. Inspirational post by Leverson. Daily. Subscribe, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment on where you're going to go. So as I've said, be and find out who you really are. you will find your greatness.